of your mind. And if they ain't showing no love, I don't let it get to my mind. And I begin to it with my craft divine, I claim what's mine. And I can play all of those games, I to protect my time. I know that I'm a fun. Stay focused, I put the plan in motion. Told my chat to turn me up, I couldn't slow down my own motion. I went out trying to cause commotion. So the return coming around again, I'm getting close. 98, he asked me what's the secret, he would've gone far. You want me to put him on game, Lincoln Bow, I told him beacons. And I tried to tap you in for the play, but you couldn't foresee it. They live for other men, but for your own goals, you gotta believe it. I put substance in my tracks so my listeners can hear it and be it. Didn't take too much to achieve what I did, I was a young buck. I was talking provolone, you wasn't talking cheese, you had no bucks. Yeah, I'm from the east, west, west, beat slapping, no, I'm not OGZ. Tapped in with the bay, muff slaps, we do it, man. Alright, put a jacket, no need to tell you, we coming heavy, little nigga. This is what it looks like when you on YG and stack the real 6 figures. Nowadays, the world getting cold, for 100 bands, you gotta stack big. So the days passing me by, I'm getting all the priorities. I said, change. Look, if you ain't have an outlet, you gotta find a way to transmute the pain. It felt like The Conjuring when I seen the spirit in the rain. Blew out of fear, realized, oh shit, it's no thing. Haha, kept it pushing, spirit walked beside me, now we best friends. We go on these beats forever, I said, let me cultivate a story. Baby couldn't find herself like Nemo, I had to play Dory. And I can talk many ways on these tracks, let me tell you, you gotta listen close. And this is not the passive music, you gotta listen to it conscious. Chop the plants, hang it up, and then we smoke some. The world is cold, watch your back though, I carry the weight on my shoulders. Got this fuck, I stay focused, I put the plan in motion. Told my chat to turn me up, I couldn't slow down my own motion. How you from with a ball, let it go in the wind, not trying to cause commotion. So the return coming around again, I'm getting closer. Young OG, born in 98, he asked me what's the secret. You would've gone far for yourself too if you didn't do all that beating. Trees, I cut him. Bro said he finna hop on that beat when he beat that no. Had to think bigger, strategize the bag, execute the plan. I had to stay locked in with my passions, that's why I keep my hair blood red. You hear her crying on the beat, listen to me truly, don't get misled. If you truly ain't wanna crash out, why you get involved in that? Rather stay on my ones, put pain in, that's why I got 15 ties. And that's a rough number, so don't focus up on that. Got like 15. Kept it going for myself, I see my page, but please don't double back. It took a few years to let go the pain, and nigga damn near had a heart attack. I know, listening to these lyrics, I feel like we got stabbed too. Truly, 33, let me take you for a walk in my shoes. I know she up all on me, but I told cousin that it's not boo. And yeah, she kinda cute.
YouTube family over here as well, so
I might be out to cross my legs and sit and pray. And it's a different type of prayer, don't get it twisted. And I'm sipping matcha tea while I listen to piano keys, nigga. And I see how you moving, but nah, that's not how we get jiggy with it. SCW, 33, had to learn to stack different, nigga. That's it. I'm gonna fight tonight, you know what I'm saying? YouTube family, I appreciate y'all tapping in. Let me check my IG real quick. Zoom. Stop flagging me, man. You flagging me for? Chat, how you guys doing? Where you guys tuning in from? YouTube fam, appreciate you guys tapping in. We getting into the stream in just a second, waiting for some folks to come on in here real quick before we continue on. Y'all know how the starts be. Let me know where you guys tuning in from, how the week's been, and do a little energetic check-in for y'all, Leo fam. Probably after the breakdown though. I'm gonna talk about current transitions right now, Venus and Pisces, things like that. A couple planetary energies moving around. We spin track too. Well, let me spin track too. Chad, a lot of shit's been going down, a lot of energy, a lot of transitions. You know what I'm saying? How you guys been feeling? What's this week been looking like for you? I'm gonna pull up the chart here real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Y'all in the chats, readings start at 50. Birthdays, numerology readings we can do in the chat for y'all. We don't mind. PayPal locked in. Let's get it. Who's sending requests? What's the request about? Tapping in one. Y'all have 3 tries, bro. Every time I do this with someone, bro, they always ruin it for everyone else. I'm not gonna lie. See, they ain't nothing. She flopped. See, now people invite to flop. It's all good. Don't worry about that. Chat. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna tap anyone in. See, people come in try to join the live for the sake of attention. They don't get it quick enough, and they have to. And they leave. No requests, chat. No requests unless you have a serious inquiries. No requests. We're not doing no partnership lives right now. Let's see what we doing. At the end, maybe though. If you want to do Q&As at the end, you guys have questions, run them through. We can do that for surely. Let me this chart for y'all real quick. What's on my screen here? If y'all want to see the chart on y'all side for the IG family, y'all can check out MC333 on YouTube and Rumble. We're streaming on there, sharing the screen, so y'all can see a little bit of the chart when we open it up. I'm actually not sharing screen right now, so shout out to y'all. Y'all don't have to worry too much. It's a late night here on the East Coast, so not too busy, not going to be too crazy in this chat, which is good. That way I can do this breakdown clear, quick, and transparent, which is good. We're going to talk about Mercury, Venus, and then Saturn and Aries chat. So these are a couple transits that are moving right now. The moon is in Sag. It's going to be here for the next little bit. If y'all have a moon in Sagittarius, it's a good time for y'all to put that in the chat. We'll give you a breakdown if y'all have any moons in Sagittarius from our Leos here on the IG fam. Keep this chat open so I can see that for y'all. YouTube, let me know how we doing. Let me know if y'all hear audio for coming through clear. I'm actually going to check and see how that's coming through real quick. For everyone who booked readings this last week, all readings have been sent out. So make sure y'all check your inboxes and your emails and all that good stuff ASAP. If you haven't locked in, make sure to lock it in. That way you receive it in your email, no problem. So obviously, if you haven't locked in, you're not going to receive any reading in your email. But for those who have, check emails. You sent out everything. Camo or Chimo, I don't want to say your name wrong. But W Cali, appreciate you. When one person starts, the train follows. The train starts going. For sure. But it's good. I'm seeing some new faces and some new names, which is always nice to see, chat. Which is always nice. We haven't went live. No, we didn't go live this weekend. Did y'all watch Super Bowl and things like that? I don't really watch Super Bowl and stuff. I don't know if y'all into sports. Hope you had a good weekend, though. That's for sure. We're going to go live on the weekend, but like the Super Bowl and everything, let's wait till the week. Florida, though. W Florida. We got the good, all the hot places. Y'all is teasing me right now. Where I'm at, it's freezing. Marie, flag is that? Looks like, is it the France flag? No, it's not. Ain't for sure. Let's see. No. Yeah, let me see. I don't know if I recognize that flag. No, it ain't that one. Oh, there you go. That's what it is. Costa Rica. Is it France? Nah, it's similar. Costa Rica's fire, though. That's what the colors are. That's similar. Same colors, different pattern, different stripe. That's fire. Hey, y'all coming in from all the nice places, eh? Y'all got all the good hot suns and things like that. How's the season over there for you guys? Florida's probably nice. I know a lot. I know my homies over in Miami right now, enjoying it. Cali, the weather's probably doing good. Lucky. I want to visit Costa Rica. That's nice. It's on the bucket list right now. It's on the places to travel. I actually do a lot of research about Costa Rica. I'm not gonna lie to you. One of those places I've had on the list to actually move to for a period of time. Best beaches, I wouldn't blame you. I have a couple friends over there, and it seems like a really nice place to be. I'm not gonna lie. I visited once, but I want to go back, stay for a little bit there, or see Costa Rica, and then Nicaragua. 2 places, and then that I want to stay. And then besides that, Asia. USA, the one. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. USA. Always good to see America. You know what I'm saying? Which is nice. We on the north side, man. East Coast, Canada. It's real cold over here right now. February Aquarius season, real cold. But spring's around the corner. I'm trying to stay level-headed and maintain my peace. Although I don't mind the winter. I don't mind the winter for other reasons. But cold is just, it's annoying after a while. Mazal, where is that? How do you pronounce that? Mazaltalan? Let me see. What does that look like? That sounds different. Oh, Mexico. Bad. City in Mexico. Bad. Sinaloa. No, that's what I'm familiar with. Makes sense. That's fire for sure. Y'all tune in from all the nice, all the hot. Y'all got all the hot weather, man. Shout out to y'all. Good stuff. Good stuff. It makes sense based upon probably time zones and stuff like that, because it's late right now. So everyone on the East Coast ain't tapping in, probably sleeping. Real spirits are up, though. That's how it goes. It's good to see some new faces, new locations. That's a nice chat. We're going to get into some energetic breakdowns right here. We may do a reading at the end of the breakdown after we talk about some transits. And if you guys want a personal reading, don't hesitate to drop it in the chat. We put your name down on our piece of paper here. We send out a DM afterwards to make sure you get booked in. The live deal, you save 30%. So if you guys are interested, make sure to just drop it in the chat. But besides that, let's get into some of the energetic signatures playing out right now. Nice weather, good fear. I feel you. 100%. That's the vibe. That's the way to go. At least it's good to know, because I have a couple people there. I want to make everywhere I go, I always make a list of who I can link up with and things like that. And give me a little tour around and show me what's good around the city and things. I don't get lost. You go over there to Mexico and Colombia and stuff like that. So things can happen sometimes. You gotta be careful. Make sure you're traveling safe and stuff like that. Be a little bit more cautious when I go over to Mexico and things. Wherever the case may be. I had a little situation last time I was with my bro. Anyways, a bunch of mutable energy chat kicking in right now. My Leos, I know it's Aquarius season. I know y'all came from Capricorn season. YouTube and Rumble, I know you guys are going to be maybe all signs for my YouTube channel. Oh, dope. Shout out to Burnout, East Coast. I appreciate you tapping in, brother. You're on the East as well, so I know it's probably cold for you, bro. I know it's probably cold for you, so it is what it is. We're going to handle it. We're going to enjoy the season and wait for spring to come around the corner. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, let's get into the energies a little bit. Chat, appreciate Rumble, appreciate YouTube, Instagram, WEL. He says raining in Cali. I feel you. And see, you know what? That feels like the vibe. It feels like it should be raining right now, too. The way the day's been playing out kind of feels like it's been a rainy day. Let's see what we're looking at. Moon in Sagittarius transitioning from Sag. We're only 10 degrees in here. I'll share the screen a little bit for my YouTube and Rumble family. Y'all can see the chart or what I'm speaking. Hold on. That just tripped out real quick. Oh, there you go. Y'all can see what I'm talking about. Boom. There you go. So y'all can see right here. alignments, planetary movements. This is what it's looking like, right? I call this transit, what did I title this this live stream chat? Expanding horizons, right? So Moon in Virgo was the integration of information, right? With Moon in Virgo, Sun in Aquarius. Right now, of course, I did a little bit of a breakdown with the Moon in Libra, so obviously we're not here going to talk about the Libra Moon because we spoke about that in our last stream. So just like today, we'll talk about a little bit as we move from, as we transition from Sagittarius. Obviously, we just came from Scorpio, things like that. With Scorpio Moon just passing, you may have noticed some hidden things brought to the surface in some way, shape, or form. A lot of times, Scorpio Moon transits can play out like moon scenarios where what's hidden gets light on and things like that. So sometimes it can be intense. Sometimes you may get triggered in ways that you find out you get preview to some new information, especially because the sun's in Aquarius. So you may have gotten preview to some new information that may have been distasteful towards your association or network in some way, shape, or form with the moon in Scorpio. That was on Tuesday. Well, we just entered Wednesday, sorry. So that was Monday, Sunday, maybe a little bit of Saturday as well. Now that we're here, we're going to move on from now on. We've moved on from that moment into Sagittarius. And of course, whatever may have happened from that Scorpio moon transition, when we're in Sagittarius, it allows us to ask us or look at things from a different perspective, which is why I say expanding horizons, right? So Sagittarius is looking for the meaning and reasoning behind certain things. Why did that person say that? Or why did this thing come to light now? Or why is this thing, why are you just getting privy to this information now and it didn't happen before? So now you're kind of putting the pieces together to the puzzle, right? With when the moon is in Sagittarius for things in that regard specifically. If you're on the side of the polarity where maybe nothing's happened and things like that, maybe nothing came to the surface to where it's been a trigger or it's been intense, heavy intensity for you. Maybe actually the weekend played out pretty easy, pretty smooth. That's a good thing. With the moon in Scorpio, that's a good thing. So that can tell you as confirmation, you have a little bit more power and control over your emotional state, your emotional well-being. And you're probably not one that's difficult. It's not difficult for you to talk about certain things or bring things to the surface that most people are uncomfortable with. So that's what I mean by things getting brought to the surface. A lot of things that people are uncomfortable with get brought to the surface when the moon is in Scorpio, and it makes people like, what do you mean? Like, why did that get exposed? That type of energy. And obviously, it's mystique, privacy, trust, things like that. Moon's in Scorpio, sometimes that trust gets broken, or that what was in the dark gets shut on, right? 8th house type stuff. And then has you thinking deep about why that got exposed in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, moving from Scorpio into Sagittarius. Now we're piecing the puzzles together. That's right now. And we're going to be doing this throughout Wednesday, throughout Thursday, maybe a little bit Friday, but we should be getting into the moon in Capricorn around Friday, Saturday, which is good. Actually, the moon transitions right now are actually playing out in alignment to the days of the week as well, which is pretty interesting. As above, so below. If y'all don't know, Tuesdays are association with Mars. Wednesdays are association with Mercury. Thursdays are association with Jupiter. That's how we got the names of the week anyways as well. That y'all can do y'all own research on that. That's a different video. I can go on a whole different tangent on just that one topic. Anyways, let me double check chats real quick. Are we good? Everyone's attending. Everyone's listening. Good stuff. Rumble fam, YouTube fam. Alright, appreciate y'all. Alright, continuing, moving forward. So, when we're here, right, with the moon in Sagittarius, we're like, alright, what can we do? Expanding horizons. And it's even finding meaning and reasoning for certain things. And even this may have you, based upon what I did want to mention, for those who, first, before I get into that segment, for those who haven't experienced things, that's what I was touching on before. I want to go back to that real quick. For those who haven't experienced things getting exposed or coming to the surface and things like that, I mentioned, probably more in control, a little bit more of your emotional well-being, and probably not too worried about things being exposed and things like that. Integrity is a strong signature. Shout out to the UK. Integrity is a strong signature. So if that's not something you're worried about, then probably nothing got exposed, which is good. Cool. Moving forward from that Scorpio moon transit probably just played more in your favor to where you were a little bit more comfortable. You were able to be a little bit more focused and intense towards what you're passionate about. Actually act on some of the emotions that you feel in the right mannerisms. That allows you to move forward. So usually when the moon's in Scorpio, it's fixated emotion, right? So it's just understanding I feel this way. A lot of times it's backed by Mars and Pluto. So over the weekend, Sunday, what were you doing that may allow you more power and control over your emotional state? Whether that's doing stuff around the house, whether that's talking with the network you need to talk to. It's doing what makes you feel good. You see what I'm trying to say? And reinforcing that feeling. So whatever that was over Saturday and Sunday, Monday, things like that that you were doing, that you were fixated in for especially longer periods of time, that you were spending time in and stuff like that, that was that moon in Scorpio energy. It allowed you to be focused intensely on one or whatever you needed to focus on over the weekend. Now that I'm thinking about that, and the fun, and the Super Bowl was on the weekend, gosh, that's kind of cooked, taking a lot of people's energy. Anyways, that's a whole nother topic. Now that I just put the puzzle together as, as I'm talking about it. It's Sag. Literally as we speak, this is happening, people. Yeah, it's no lie. It's actually funny. So, Sagittarius, we're gonna move from here, right? As you and then with that being said, boom, you probably got a start of the week that was pretty good. The moon in Sag came into Tuesday, things like that. What can you do to expand where you're already at, right? The moon in Sagittarius is its ability to react and respond in ways of mutable fire, right? So adaptable action, adaptable way of feeling. So what can you do that's to be flexible in some way, shape, or form that can allow you to expand, that allows you to grow, right? Where do you need to adjust and where do you need to be adaptable? That expands your network or expands the information that expands the mindset, whatever the case may be, right? A lot of times it's a good time to do it now as well if you're one that's more uncomfortable around those things and being more adaptable. If you're a fixated sign, for example, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, when the moon is in a mutable sign, you have a little bit more fire under your butt to do the thing and be flexible and have the little bit have that little bit more flexibility within you that you usually don't have when the moon is here, right? So it's important to use these transits in your favor, and that's why we say as above, so below, as within, so without. So when you understand it's in Sagittarius, what can you do that's in alignment to that? And Sag is asking you emotionally, where can you be adaptable? Where do you need to be flexible, right? What emotions need to be adjusted for you to actually grow? That's just realistically speaking, right? And then the sun is in Aquarius, so it's in the forms of information, you being authentic towards yourself, uniqueness, right? Associates, networks. If you could deal with a little bit of work too as well when it comes to the workplace. Anything for Taurus? Came late. It's 5:40. I'm here. I appreciate you, Christine. I'm glad you're asking about Taurus. Like I don't really see too much, but one thing I do want to touch on, I will touch on. You didn't miss anything, so if you're late, that's okay. We will be posting the replay. This live will be posting on the page, but the edited replay without pauses and things like that will be posted on the live on our YouTube tomorrow, for the most part. So y'all be able to replay and rewatch this live. So don't be alarmed. Let's see. But in terms of Taurus, I do want to touch on Uranus in Taurus, chat, because Uranus is actually leaving Taurus very soon, sometime this month, I believe. So that I think that what is it? Sometime this month or sometime this year? I gotta check when that is exactly. But that's what's extremely important transit, because Uranus was in y'all, it's in that Taurus sign for a little bit, and put a lot of pressure on Tauruses because Uranus rules Aquarius, and it's gonna square Taurus. So oftentimes it's really pushing Taurus to make some sort of change in some way, shape, or form. So for all y'all who have Taurus in your chart, Uranus is on your ass in that area of your life. Pause. So you just got to look in your house system and look at your houses and see where you have Taurus, and that's where Uranus is at right now, and it's wanting you to make some sort of change. And it's been here for the last Uranus is pretty long, so I think it was 2018 if I'm gonna be correct. If I'm gonna put that out there, let me see. I'll confirm with you guys because I have it written down, but I don't want to pull that up right now. I don't like pulling up notes when I'm live. Yes, 2018. And it will be here until April, yes, 2026. So this is gonna, I might have to do a whole video on this because it is an outer planet. It does transition pretty, like it does take long to transit, 7, 8 years, etc. So this is gonna be an extreme amount of energy. And then even for y'all who's been struggling since 2018, that's been a big theme for you guys since 2018. So you guys had to think back to 2018, right pre-COVID. What was that looking like for you guys? If you guys have your house system, if you're a Taurus, if you have Taurus in your big three, Sun, Moon, Rising, extremely important. That's definitely going to be an important signature. And 2018 was definitely an important time for you for some major change and major shift in some way, shape, or form, right? Whether it was career, whether it was job, whether it was a move. That's ending in April, right before, well, it'll start during Taurus season, actually. So that's going to be extremely important. If there's anything that you guys know you need to change, or you've been stalling, like as Taurus, it takes long. Sometimes you don't like to change, you're stubborn to change. If there's something you need to change or you need to implement, the energy is to do so now. As soon as it's out of your sign, it's going to be a lot harder to make that change. Uranus is there to support you to change with ease. So you've probably had people, places, and things not pressuring you, but maybe pushing you in certain directions to change in certain areas, but you didn't want to. Oh, that's confirmation. Oh, Anyways, let me not get. Oh, I hate doing this. I don't hate. I say hate. That's a strong word. I love when this happens because it really do be confirmation. I wish you can hear what I'm hearing right now. It's so crazy, and it is so interesting saying that because I wonder what y'all's perspective is. What is he hearing, or is he making it up? Nope, not at all. It's crazy. But if there's something you've been needing to change, the horn of, that's what I'm saying, the bell and the horn of confirmation, the judgment, now is the time to start considering what you need to change, because when this gets out of your sign, April 2026, like energy to change is not going to come back until a very long time. To be honest, it may not even come back in Taurus. I'm not going to lie to you. Because it's an 8-year transit. So, like, it takes years to get through a whole zodiac. You see what I'm trying to say? So, like, it gets back into some harmonious energy in your favor. It's going to take a little while. So, you want to use these in your trend. Don't miss shifts like this. Like, don't miss shifts like this. Anyways, that was a little side segment chat. Peachy was Hannon. Wow, that's when my mother died. Yo! No, yo! Don't let me start. I'm just catching up in the chat. Y'all heard what I said about the sound and the ring. It was confirmation and I read it in the chat. This is why I love what the fuck I do, bro. That came... Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to talk anymore about that situation. Christine, you got a message. Send me a DM. But, like, crazy. Something came... Wow, I'm not going to talk too much about that because that's like... This is what happens when oh my goodness, say too much. People always ask me, hey, do you do medium stuff, or do you talk you wear spirits and things like that? And I always say I do it, but I'm not gonna do no things for people and things like that and try to talk to people and stuff because I don't put that out there. Like, not the type of work I put out there. So, but I can do it and I've done it before. And oh my goodness, oh, that was like. It's just gonna say like speaking to dead people and things like that, but whatever happened at that time was very big, and whether you believe in you watching this, so like we believe in afterlife, things like that. There's a wow. I have to be very careful. I have to be very careful with my words, and a lot of readers won't tell you how careful they need to be with their words when they tell you certain things, but they need to be extremely careful with their words. But that was a big moment for you, and that shift or whatever that presence was, her being around, like it was definitely a. Oh my goodness, now I'm gonna have to go into like a separate reading chat. I'm gonna have to, okay. 1 second, chat. YouTube Rumble family, give me 2 seconds. See, sometimes it just be coming through and sometimes it's like out of control. Tapped in because like presence is there and it's with you. That's all I'm gonna say right now. That's it, move on. That's crazy, it's on the 24th. That's crazy, yeah, and it literally is the 25th of the Uranus and Taurus transit, so know that theme in your sign has been a lot of changes. So just know whatever you've learned and whatever's made you uniquely you with the last 8 years, you've learned a lot. And going to be applied and you're going to be able to move forward a lot to propel you forward, especially feel a lot quicker because it's going to move out of Taurus and go into Gemini. And Gemini is going to feel a lot lighter for you. And it's going to feel like not as heavy. Like, you don't have to try to change so much or try to adjust things so much or try to feel good and things like that. It'll be a little lighter for you spiritually. Anyways, I keep moving. Crazy. Peachy, what's happening? It's good to see you. I got you. I will make sure the screenshot. Boom. We'll try to use you. No problem. I'll make sure. Yeah, weird. And I've been doing a lot of the team in the back end has been pushing the readings a little bit more for you guys to watch, so a lot of the automation in the back end is sending you guys the videos and stuff like that for you guys to watch, so you guys get the replays and stuff like that. Appreciate you. That sounds good. Amazing. Anyways, chat, a little side off right there, a little brief tangent, but that's okay. That's an important transit though. I will be coming out with a video about that maybe within the coming month, okay, maybe beginning of April. Patreon, y'all may get it early, but yeah, very nice. Huge confirmation. You should have heard what wow, it's insane sometimes. Like, I still get aha moments, guys. Every time I do this, it's never a dull moment. Is all I can say. Every reading, there's times where I'll think like, it's not the day, or it's not the time, not this, not that. Sit down and do it and getting all the information coming through. It's like Spirit's been telling me sit down. Every time you say it's not the time, what's the time? Anyways, fortunately, I have Aquarius season. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the new moon in a little bit, so we still have a little bit of time before the moon gets into Pisces, before we get to that new moon time, so we're okay. We're not going to talk about that. too crazy. But as the moon leaves Sagittarius, guys, and we find that meaning and reasoning and things like that, mutability, kind of puzzle pieces together in Sagittarius. It goes into Capricorn, right? Because that's what we're able to, that's how and what we're able to shape as our status, to make sure, to allow us to be aligned and look at it and say, observe something and say, this is what I want to uphold, this is what I want to represent. Your 10th house, your MC within astrology is related to your 10th house. So that 10th house signature is going to be very prominent. It's not everyone's 10th house at all as well. So you check your house system to see where you have Capricorn. Because a lot of times what it may have gotten exposed could have something to do with your image, and you'll know what area of life that's in based upon your house system. Because not everyone's image isn't in the same way or in the same light, which is an important thing to take note on. We're not going to touch on any more moon transits, as moon transits relatively quick when we get into the end of Capricorn around Friday, Saturday. We'll return with another live, and we will continue that down, okay, for a week ahead there. Board, Mercury and Venus is also in Pisces, which is good. We have Saturn in Pisces as well, also entering Aries, which is going to be a 3-year signature as well. So that's something I'm going to touch on near the end, but let me break down this Mercury and Venus a little bit quick. We don't have to touch on Mars or Jupiter. We already spoke on that, and they're there for a little bit as well. Mars is only 14 degrees Aquarius. Jupiter is only 16 degrees in Cancer, retrograde. If you guys want to know a little bit more of those and what that means, get a little bit deeper, you guys can check out the YouTube channel MC333. We have videos on a bunch of things in terms of you can check the playlists and then check our TV playlist. It's our like a little podcast segment. We have these breakdowns and y'all can see for yourself like a bunch of different topics and stuff like that. But Mercury's already 7 degrees here in Pisces. Mercury's moving quick. Usually it usually moves quickly. Usually close to the sun anyway, so it is a little bit ahead of the sun, but we may have a retrograde coming soon, so you don't have to worry. I may pull back anyways. But Mercury in Pisces is a good time for. It's an interesting thing. Rules. It may not like this position a lot, just because you can be very rules Virgo and Gemini. Virgo's a little bit more critical. Mercury is a little bit more fantasizing and things like that. So with Mercury here, it's like I feel like it's playing a push and a pull. It's like critical over pleasures. About your fantasy, like what do you need to nitpick and clean up around the things that make you feel pleasure or give you happiness and like that have to do with your dreams, imagination, faith, right? Could even be being able to reshape and transform even your belief systems, right? I feel like this is a good time to analyze those things that you thought forms and subconscious ways of thinking and subconscious patterns, right, and trains of thoughts. I think this is a very time to really look at that. Like there's certain patterns you notice you're stuck into, and it's like that. Mercury here will allow you to kind of that in a different perspective, like make you realize like, damn, like I was blurring the lines too much and not analyzing enough, right? Because this is opposition is going to play out interestingly, right? In mind, Venus is here as well. So you could have rose-colored glasses on. So a lot of things can get blurred. This is where, like I say, blurring the lines is an extremely important, I think, energetic signature around this time. Let me see where, I don't have that written down right now close to me. No, I'm not going to pull it up right now, though. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, there you go. I thought so. Because it's debilitated there. That's the word I was looking for, is debilitation. So Mercury is not that best in that sign, right? It's the happiest in Pisces. If you have the ability to kind of through the fog and kind of fantasy where you're blurring the lines, that's where it'll be in your favor. But a lot of times it's going to seem hard to do that, right? Because it's debilitated. Pisces doesn't like to be critiqued. It's fantasy land. And Virgo rules the nervous system and likes everything well organized, right? So it's a very interesting energy to play with, chat. Okay, good. I feel you, Peachy. How you doing today? Hope you doing good, man. Hope you doing real good. I know you a real live OG. Your only familiar name today. I was telling everyone earlier. I was like, yeah, I see some new names. Everyone new popping in, which is good. We got some new locations too. I'm like, fire. So as we know, Mercury, debilitated Pisces, doesn't like to be here. And debilitation is a little bit harder. So you may find it may seem a little bit more challenging, and your understanding may be harder, a little bit more foggy. It doesn't like to be Mercury doesn't like to be critical in this sign. it rather like indulge. So sometimes people who don't have a critical thinking mind, so many don't, but like it may seem like brain fog may seem more prominent right now, or miscommunication. Like I said this, but they took it as that. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what we're gonna be dealing with for the next little bit. Next 3 weeks and things like that. We are 7 degrees here, so cool. One thing I'm gonna put extreme emphasis on, that Venus is also here, 0 degrees. Venus is gonna be sitting here, spending some time here as well. So please, and miscommunication between you and your partner and your relationships are gonna be going up for a lot of people. So make sure you're one of those people that are tapped in. You know, you're watching this live. So now you know better, you do better. So you're early. Cool. 0 degrees. So now your next 4 weeks, now February 11th to, let's say, March 11th, a good month, 4 weeks, you know, time and care communicating within your relationships, especially the ones you actually care for, right? Because you know there are misunderstandings right now. So you have to spend a little bit more time to think critically and be more organized and be more scheduled and things like that around yourself, right? Because that's what partnerships, because Venus deals with partnerships and also contractual agreements. So depending on the field that you're in, or area of work in, or field of work, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about based upon certain partnerships, contracts, legal systems, and things like that. So yeah, it's gonna be important. And then if you is doing any deals right now that has anything to do with pause on real quick. No, we don't have to pause on that. But yeah, if you anything that does require communication or contractual agreements, make sure the lines are clear. Yes, no, I don't have to double back on that, because yeah, Venus, it rules Libra. That's where I was thinking. Libra deals with contracts, legal system, judgments and things like that. So make, you know, the actual judge in court and things. So, and then even your ability to be your own judge in life and things like that. Judgment in tarot as well, letting you know now. So right now is an important time to overlook, right, things in a manner. Because Pisces don't have rose-colored glasses. If you wear the rose-colored glasses and go to Fantasyland, and that's the life that you have, and you're able to do that, then that's cool. That's one thing. But many aren't on that polarity, so like try not make sure if you're doing any deals right now when it comes to businesses, make sure to look over the paperwork, look over the contract, and think that for those you can see my screen, that's okay. Y'all see I'm searching, but y'all can look over the agreements, look over the paperwork, look over the contract, and things like that. Right, because it's here, it like the deals or the partnerships, the people, the relationships may seem to like be true type energy. You may be like, oh my gosh, what is this? This is perfect, and it's not perfect. You find out in a month that it's not perfect. You know what I mean? Like, so like kind of watch moving forward and things like that. Venus is exalted, I believe, in Pisces. So let me check chats. Noodles sounds like it's slapping. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just made this smoothie before I came on this live. It's hidden. Hydration, chat. That's the vibe. That's definitely the vibe. See, it seems like a rainy day. No, like the vibe. You make noodles. It was raining in Cali. No, today seems like a rainy day. The chat's good. It's quiet. There's no drama in the chat. You know, a cozy day today. I like the vibe. I like it. Good stuff. So, it's all the Pisces. It's probably all energy. That was super fire. Super fire. Had up a salad before this too. It was all good. All this good for the week. You know, I mean, the greens, staying healthy. Anyways, chap, and that's a Piscean stuff too, guys. Making sure sensuality, like, Venus is here. Venus here is self love, right? And then not just self love, but also, it's like talk about self love. I mean, so it's weird. Venus is exalted here. So it's the highest octave of Venus. Like it's the show love for yourself and show up for yourself and others, right? So what's that representation for you? For me, that's what it is. It's staying on my health, doing the fitness. You know, that allows me to thrive and feel good and show up in my highest version of myself, right? To be a good representation to y'all, as to be most relatable and things like that. That's a representation of me acting on my exaltation. Especially Pisces in my first house, so it's a direct reference to me. So for you guys, when you guys look at where do you guys have Pisces in your house, you guys look at your houses. If you have your birth chart, look at your houses. If we haven't done your chart and things like that, y'all can get a reading. We'll make sure you have your chart on hand. For those who have your birth chart, look at your houses and see what area of life you have Pisces. That way you know for y'all, you know, things like where representation for you. You know what I mean? So for me, it's gonna be on my things like that. It may be different for you. Y'all may be in the 6th house. That may be your work, your routine, right? For you guys are. Let me see real quick, because I know I'll do a little. Let's say for my I mentioned 6th house. For your Leo risings that are, if any Leo rising, you know, I made mental mathematics for you guys real quick. Okay, so for my Libra risings, Pisces, so it's going to be in the 8th house for you guys. Oh, so that's going to be a lot of the things that I've spoke about. So for my Leo risings, it's going to be, okay, for my risings, Venus and Pisces. Take notes on this. Venus is exalted in Pisces. It's in your 8th house. House of resources and house of other people's. Okay, so this is, you know, contracts, royalty income, overseas income, and things like that. Okay, for my risings, if you guys have this placement, it's a great and extreme time to step into that. If you have in the realm of royalties, you know, Stripe, communication, things like this is a good time to step into that for you. Okay, for a career, this can bring a lot of financial gain for you. Okay, and this is not a lie, 100%. If you use this energy at the right time, this is a good time to start it. AKA Leo rising. Let me say that again. For anyone else that has a different rising sign, let me know and I can tell you your house system based upon my me knowing I know. So if you guys know your rising sign, let me know, because that's what's going to dictate your house system, not your sun sign. So if you're a Leo sun, you guys know your Leos, that's cool, but you guys need to know your rising sign. If you don't know your rising sign, you don't know your house system. You won't know which area of life this is playing out, or where in the body it'll play out either. Like in terms of medical astrology and things you to as well, physically. Trap to you, yes sir. You already know. You guys with me? Bimbolo. Oh, different. Wait, hold on. That's a different. Wait. Let me see. Okay. So language is like a mixed English right now, and I'm not sure Spanish. I'll go. I mean, no, I was gonna say let me try to read it, but I don't know if I. I always try to read another language to help myself, see if I can. I don't know. Eventually, learn it. You know, like a skill set thing. I try to push myself to do, but like I may sound like a failure to you guys. I don't sound like I'm butchering it, but you said I'm assuming it's August 8th. Yeah, I know what that one means. 85. Okay, that looks like it's like divorce. Never felt better. What is your advice? Okay, so obviously I know that's English. Divorcio sounds divorce for sure, obviously. But yeah, first little bit sentence. If anyone wants to translate for me right now, I would be happy to give advice. Cloudy over there, yeah, I feel you. Majestic Tarot. Majestic. I think I've seen your. I don't know if it would count. Things like that. I don't want to. Yeah, no, I can't click off, but may have been your account that I seen. But yeah, shout out to you. I'm trying to remember because obviously there's so many that we see, but I think I have a pretty good memory. I have a really good memory. I don't know what I'm talking about. I have a really good. It must have been you for sure. And then the fact that you're here too. It's good to see you. Love to see all my my tarot folks, other people in here that do stuff like me. It's always cool. Support each other. Peachy said Capricorn with a question mark. Capricorn regarding as of right now, nothing significant for rising. Okay, that's what it was. My bad. You're right. Okay, Capricorn rising. We do mental gymnastics. Capricorn rising. Perfect means you have Pisces in your 3rd house. Okay. For my Pisces 3rd house, this is going to be your house of communication. This is be your house of local and neighborhood. So that might have been on the radar as well. Maybe a local trip, a trip within your province, not too far. Maybe city to city, something new, city exploration. Maybe there's something that you found out recently within your local that you want to discover or explore. That's interesting. That seems something that you want to get familiar with. That you're like, what? I never knew this was right down the thing or right over here, right? So this is like as in love with a neighborhood. So like you into moving neighborhoods. You know, rental thing could be significant right now as well. Contractual agreements if you reposition yourself. But this is a reposition that's not within. This is within your local region. It's not like you want to, if this is something that's on your mind, it's not something you want to change a lot or very big, but it's going to be a minor, okay, like this be you within your current space or house of living, but changing your surroundings. Like you want your environment a lot right now. You know, like that your room, your house, and your and things like your space, new couches, new furniture, new paint, you know, stuff like that is a if you want to start something in forms of career, when we're at career finance, okay, social media marketplace can be significant for you right now. Okay, that's one thing I can say, because it's third house directly, your forms of communication, and not just but media and social media, okay, specifically. So whatever you're doing that's involving, you know, and things like that, that can be on the mind, on your mind now in some way, shape, or form, as an idea, formulating, you know, planting this, things like that within your mind, because it is, of course, 0 degrees here right now. So it's like, yeah, an idea, but it may not be implemented yet. If it is something you want to implement, tap in. But I'm not telling you anything peachy, you know me. This is actually just alignment, as above, so below. I be talking and I'm like, damn, like I'm really, like I know for some, like I'll be confirming things in my mind, but like it just be that way naturally. You know what I mean? But for you, this is really third house, and it is really communication, and it really is social media. And if not, it is local. Local. You can also like new vehicle, new ways of. I'm not sure if like you use your way of transportation, but that's changing and it's like uncomfortable. But you see what that can do, you know, because Pisces are flexibility and mutability, you know, adaptability, whatever you want to use for it. And that deals with pivoting, adjusting, being flexible. So that is an extreme signature right now, to where you may be adjusting your forms of transportation. That may be better, maybe quicker, maybe cheaper, more efficient, whatever may work. You know, those ideas and themes for the third house. And those are themes that could be playing for you guys. Okay, right. For you specifically, Peachy, for the next, I would say 3 to 4 weeks, or 3 to 6 weeks, because Venus is only 0 degrees here right now, and Mercury is 7 degrees. So you have your ideas and your ways of thinking towards this is here as well. So use your, like, the ideas that you're thinking about. If it's finances, those are the right ideas, because it's in alignment. So what I'm saying, you're gonna have to piece the puzzle together and things like that. It may be, and then for you, if you're, did believe, I think, I'm not gonna, you know what? If you're single, play information out there like that. If you're single, this can be a good time. You could run into someone, you know, relationship, within your neighborhood. You can find someone that was like, you never, you know, that thought was, but is in your neighborhood or local region and things like that. And then you discover him, and it's like the, you know, good time. This is a good energy for relationships. Like Pisces, Venus and Pisces right now is some of the best. You can fall in love right now, dead ass. I'm not lying, really. I'm not lying. So like for the relationship, this is make sure you take your time, assess that for those who are single, for those who are in relationships, from a Capricorn rising, Peachy, got you. For those who are in relationships, it's gonna be out to where maybe now maybe you have some more ideas. Maybe it'll be a little bit more sensual. Maybe you can get deeper. Maybe your connection can make an adjustment to pivot how you guys do something. Maybe you're too used to doing something the same old, and you want something changed. You want something spiced. You want something fucking different. This is y'all realizing, okay, what can we do to spice this up? Whether it's our house, let's tackle this together. Let's do this together. Let's explore this thing. And this is what's gonna allow that to grow. Okay, Fantasyland, road glasses. And now you can be happy in all that Piscean water. You know what I'm saying? Anyone that has their rising sign, that knows their rising sign, drop it in the chat. Grace, I see. You say Leo 8. That's a good number. That's a good number. As far as now, we'll do numerology breakdowns at the end. If you know your rising sign, I can do something related to this transit right now, which would be extremely beneficial for you. If you don't know your rising sign, definitely recommend get a alignment reading from me. And then that way you have your birth chart on hand, and we can break down how this is playing out for you personally as well, similar to how we did. So Peach, that's a good breakdown for you, and that's just the third house. So that's just one area of life, right? So every month, or like not even every, but like based upon how the planet's transit, every area of life is going to hit differently. You see what I'm trying to say? Every planet is representing a certain theme, and the house every planet is representing ideals or forms of consciousness, and then every house is representing like a theme, area of life. So it hits constantly. That's why we constantly going through things, because planet, as above so below, we constantly moving, constantly transitioning as well. But when you start walking like this, as I like to say, you start integrating with the stars. It starts becoming a part of you, right? And it's fairly to work with. No, it's really easy to work with. It becomes like second nature, anything else. Moving on. I think we touched well. So if I would definitely recommend, if anyone has, if you guys know your rising signs, drop it in the chat. I don't think anyone here does, so we're gonna move on from that. That was a good little segment. But I got Mercury, Venus conjunct here in Pisces, so there's a lot of Pisces energies, a lot of emphasis on that. We're gonna be a lot of emphasis on delusion, all right, as well, or not indulgent, but indulging and overindulgent, or overindulging. So be mindful of that, and the is Virgo. So just remember that if you feel like you're in fantasy land or indulging or getting lost in the rose-colored glasses and the whole la 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 wind, organization and routine is going to be your key. That's going to be your savior, okay? Your holy grail. It's going to help you stay grounded. It's going to help you, formulate the businesses, the contractual agreements, etc. What you need to do. So use that. You can use that in favor. Yeah, because you can real quick in fantasy, like on pleasure and things like that. So remember that organization and routine is what's going to keep the balance. Staying grounded. Yeah, health is going to be important. Pisces on the negative side, it can be indulging. It can be too much sex. It can be a bunch of stuff, guys. That's just like the Virgo energy will help keep you grounded. You need something to keep you to allow some structure. Okay. So as long as you have some structure, you can have your pleasure, your fun, and that's just life. And that's what I'm gonna say about that. We don't have to touch on Jupiter. Saturn is getting out of Pisces, guys. It's here as well, so it's this conjunct Saturn, which is good. This is good energy. If Saturn wasn't here, we'd probably be cooked. But Saturn here, but it's cusp too. I'm pretty sure it's leaving. Saturn will be out of here soon. Let me see. Saturn will be out of here in like a couple days. Said deuces. I ain't chilling here, boy. Saturn said I'm moving out of here. I'm moving on up. I'm pretty sure soon. Is it this month? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Is this month? Chat. It's in 2 days. Yeah. Okay, cool. Here, so like it's gonna be out here in 2 days, and it's gonna be positioning itself for another 3-year theme in the sign of Aries. So those who have Aries, and their big third, nowhere air chart, and that's gonna be for the next years. And for those who have, I can break it down for my Leo risings. Y'all had Pisces in your 8th house. So for all my Leo risings out there, Saturn is moving out of your 8th house from structuring that. With Saturn, it's interesting because Saturn in your 8th house for my Leo risings could have spent more time structuring, work like that day to day over, or around, 8th house things like that. Other people's resources and things like that. So, loans, contract, what are other things? But that, royalty income, you may have structured that for yourself the last 3 years as well for my Leo risings. If not, that was something that was supposed to be structured. But there was a lot, and then this may seem like you're going to be playing catch up a little bit, but when it moves out of the sign, it's going to be moving into Aries. It's going to be in your 9th house, and then that's where you may be looking at things like, okay, why didn't I, why didn't I those things previously in that time? Why didn't I structure that for my Leo risings? Why didn't I structure that time that I had? And then you look for you justifications when this into Aries. That's going to be a little bit more pressure on you. Because Pisces is giving the support and the help of the collective and other people. Aries is going to be is much more oriented. So for the who haven't brought that structure around that royalty income, 8th house, other people's finances, loans, like maybe you were too reliant on even those things as well, and didn't have enough 2nd house, or 6th house energy. That you can have no schedule and towards day to day things like that. Day to day been more inconsistent than going the house route and things like that. So Aries may be your 9th house going to be asserting yourself, to looking for meaning and reasoning on how to structure certain things differently. My Leo risings, when Saturn gets Aries, is going to be putting a lot more structure on and a lot more discipline towards your personalized experiences, and what even your so if you're Leo rising out there, your belief system and your culture and religious groups and things like that may shift right now. When Saturn gets Aries, for sure, into your 9th house. Capricorn risings, y'all are gonna, your next 3-year signature is gonna be in your 4th house. This is an extreme. This is This is powerful. And Peachy, I was touching on that before. So this is powerful because the fourth house for you guys, that's your years, right? From 2026 to 2029, that's going to be dealing with structure, discipline, routine, organization, around the home, your way of living, right? Cultivating a home at home, right? Structuring what that means for you and staying on top of it, right? So that is a lot more structure towards your family infrastructure, and it's gonna be done and shown through you, because Aries deals with Aries self. So a lot of times it's very individual, and it may be you showing up for your family in some way, shape, or form. Saturn in your fourth house as well may bring certain within the family or home as well. Before Pluto, death and transformation and rebirth. They used to say the planet of death and things like that was Saturn. Some astrologers still that. So I'm not saying things in family members or pass away and stuff like that. It's not what I'm saying. But it can seem like a colder time of dealing with members. And you creating your own routine around your own way of living is going to be an important theme. Let me know if you've already been picking up vibes on that, Peachy. Curious, but on research on how these out in certain things. But yeah, my own research, own study. So that's what I'm looking at. Like that's what it's like for my house guys for Saturn and Aries. That's gonna be a 3-year theme as well. So it may not super soon. You may not. This is for the next 3 years though. So you may not adjusting right now, but from now until the 3 years that follow. So yeah, keep that. You may see change towards your way of living and things like that. My Leo risings in religion can be extremely supporting. If you're my an older individual, what that my Leos, things like that, Leo rising, ninth house. Like if you're more attached to probably watching stuff like this. So this could be more expanding your faith and your beliefs and your spirituality and things like that. So that's an important signature for you too. The next 3 years, this is going to actually bring some foundation, because it can deal with boundary and restriction and can limitation, right? And then for my fourth housers as well, that I was about the theme of home, you may notice certain that energy is in the fourth house, boundary, restriction. That's why you may need to break. That's the whole of kind of Saturn. You more structure, or you witnessing and breaking free from structure, okay, and breaking free from limitation. My ninth housers, a lot of this is you breaking free, old religious and groups, circles, and things like that, and expanding your horizons. Ninth is all about faith, so new study, new faiths and stuff like that. Stepping into spirituality as well, right? Based upon old limitations. You may notice that's what I'm saying. Based upon old ways of structuring. When this Aries the next 3 years, Leo risings, y'all gonna notice why you can see how limited this person is way upon their belief. I don't want to think like that, or I don't want that to be me, so I'm not adapting that. So that's gonna be and then you representing that it may play out combative, but it's within the next 3 years. You know what I mean? So that's how it plays out, and then you have to reinforce your belief through systems, Saturn. And then it allows you to break free as well. It's kind of polarity, push and pull. That's how it works with Saturn. You bitch. Chat. So that's the downs for everyone who's in the chat right now. Y'all got some game to go and follow suit. Saturn is gonna be the next 3 years, and this Venus and Mercury Pisces is gonna be 3. You can say 2 to 4 weeks. Venus more so 4 weeks. Mercury more so 2 to 3. Those are some timestamps for you guys. Okay. For all those who may have their Saturn return, because Saturn is leaving Pisces. So all those who had their natal, if you were a natal Saturn in Pisces, you had your Saturn return. For those who are natal Saturn in Aries, y'all will have your return approaching starting April as well. No, starting on the 13th, 2 days. So yeah, starting 2 days. This one's playing out right away. Keep that in. And that is a 3-year theme. Your Saturn return is also extremely important for those who you step adulthood and things like that. make sure you guys just check where you have Aries, what house system you have it in, and go from there. Some luck. That's all I say. If you weren't prepped for your Saturn return, Saturn kind of seems kicking your ass, like it's pushing you, challenging, but it's all going with the flow. So if you know anyone with their Saturn return approaching, they have a Saturn in Aries, yeah, fire gonna be their ass. They're gonna have to make some changes real quick because Aries is real quick. Aries like speed, ruled by Mars. You see Capricorn, you know, Saturn and Earth. It one, fire are the byproduct elements of manifestation, so it's a good energy to step into to bring things to the surface. So if you guys are like, you know what, I want to start a project, I want to do, I want to make something, I want to allow something to be tangible or materialize something. Saturn and Aries is a great energy to do so in. So that 3 year for bringing them to life is extremely important. Extremely. If you were had a vision and you've been executing that vision, when you get your Saturn return, that's when that vision comes to life. And for those who've been, you know, are aware, congratulations and enjoy Saturn return. It's gonna be a good time. You know what I mean? Under 0 degrees Aries, I believe it was. Were we in Pisces? Let me see the Neptune transit. I don't. If this is gonna be the last thing to touch on, but okay, no, it's started to go. So it's just gonna be a long transit. I have to make a video on this. It's gonna be another video, but this is Neptune and Aries is gonna be here till 2039. So we're gonna be here for a long time. These other are very long collective themes. So a lot of times, you know, we see under these collective signatures and things like that, we see that they're extremely prominent. So keep that in mind. It's usually a collective shift in consciousness and beliefs and things like, and it's based upon beliefs, which is cool because it just entered Aries this year, 2 weeks ago. So it's pushing people to bring their visions to life, guys. If you're creative, this is good. You know, Neptune, Pisces, and like that, but Aries is also the visionary, right? So if you have a vision, and then for those who dream a lot, dreams can be extremely vivid for you guys right now, who are not used to it. Dreams can be extremely strong. Could have gotten the last 2 weeks. So whatever dream and vision you have and been waiting to step into or push forward, actually, you know, embody, the energy's here, chat, but it's gonna be here for a long time, 2039. Just don't don't because it's like these are, so when these shifts come and go, like when they go, the missed ones, usually people miss out on life, like as a whole. I'm gonna be very clear though. It's a good 14 era, so that gives you a lot of time to really solidify something. So you have to see, you know, where we just got out of Neptune and Pisces, which was in the sign of Pisces, and that was the time to really cultivate your vision, really dive into your belief system, really dive into your spirituality, right, and learn from them, kind of piece together your experiences and your beliefs, because your beliefs shape your identity. And with Neptune and Aries now, instead of it being in the back burner as a belief or in the subconscious or in the mind, now it becomes your identity. So for a lot of people who had the visions, Neptune and Aries this year, they're stepping into that identity, which is going to propel them forward a lot. So if they were utilizing that Neptune Pisces transit well, they're already in this energy of Neptune and Aries since the new year. If you still feel about how to embody or act upon your vision, it's because you didn't spend enough time honing in on your vision and honing in on the belief and the faith around it and the imagination around it to allow it to become your identity, right? So you're going to have to spend a little bit more time before you actually act upon it, which is why these transits are 13 years, because it takes people a lot of times to build up the courage and things like that to actually act upon something and put something in the world and make it be seen by other people and things like that. Neptune is a collective unconscious. So there's a lot that we are thinking in our mind unconsciously that we're afraid to put out there, right? Am I correct? And it's only 0 degrees right now. It just got here. So this is really fresh. So now in the 13 years is you acting on your identity based and backed by faith imagination, aka Pisces. And I want to see just how long it was in Pisces for. 14 years, okay. Let me see your cycle, chat. This is a long ass cycle, I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to see what year. 13 years, 14 years, 14 years, right? 2011. I was 13. See? Crazy. You guys want to know why it's crazy? I'm going to tell you. I was 13, Neptune and Pisces, right? 2011. August 2011, I posted my first YouTube video ever. I was 13. So I've been with the transit since it got into this sign. So if you guys can go back into the time and see when that was, April 2011, if you can remember when that was, if your memory is that good, you can go back to 2011 in some way, shape, or form, like photos or notes in some of the books or something like that. See what you were doing. What did you do, right? And all that time spent in something is what you get out of it. So that's 13, 14 years doing media and content, 14 years. So that's an interesting cycle. That's just cycle plays out in real time. So hope you guys have a good 14 years ahead, well prepared and things like that. I think that's it. I think that's everything. I think we touched on everything. Are we an hour in yet? Yeah. Wait, what time is that? Like, give me some inaccurate time. And chat, can y'all see estimated earnings? What is estimated earnings? Oh, I guess this is like a new feature. Did I put it? My homie turned this on. Can y'all send badges? Oh, I guess so. Y'all can send badges to the live. Let me type yes in the chat if you can see something that says anything about badges. I'm just curious. I don't see it. Okay, y'all. Okay, I can see it there. This is where it shows. Maybe it shows there. It's a new feature. But Rumble family, I appreciate you guys tapping in. Same with YouTube. I make sure Replay Gang gets this. Everyone on IG, if you have any Q&As or any questions, now is a good to submit any birthdays, any numerology. We will do. Make sure Grace is still here for her breakdown real quick. Yeah, she's actually not, so we're gonna move on from that. If anyone's here, drop your birthday. We can give you a sun sign breakdown for quick new breakdown and a life path reading. You know your year as well for a full birthday check. I want to check our time. What are we? Hour in? Yeah, hour 25. Perfect timing. Good time. So, the questions, drop in the chat. I'm gonna give y'all like that. I'm gonna run it. In the meantime, wait for comments to come in and see if we have any requests. Homegirl that dropped her birthday. Grace, if you here, let me know. Give me a chat if you're here. Sometimes my view count is off and I'm seeing the wrong thing. So, I've had that, and I've had people tell me that before. 33. Let me know, chat. Good hour though. Good hour. Guess we ran this up nicely. Oh my gosh. Very informative. Very informative. Shout out to the YouTube family.
Fuck it up for me, baby. You could've got 24 and we been shady, bitch. They say forgive and forget, but we don't forget, nigga. And Bree said she not a hoe, but tryna have sex with me. This is what it looks like on my purpose, put my best foot forward. And later, the only thing motivating me is to create G. And baby, tryna rock with the team on my baby. You might not find me in this.
I'll be out of here.
Shit's done. And if you was rapping for the fame, if you're not him, just keep it pushing. Hit the spot, walk to the door. Yeah, I seen that look. Every time coming on tracks, they said MC, just keep cooking. And if you knew how to move, nigga, you wouldn't have got hooked. We make it shake in many ways. Those being east with old plays. I said executing the plan, we got no time. So tryna say if you really got integrity, let me see what's behind that curtain. Esoteric didn't know what it means. I think they spirit scare me. This is what it looks like on my purpose.
Christine, I'll make sure to reach out via email.
And baby, tryna rock with the team on my baby, get some asking for.
For everyone, make sure you have a good rest of the night.
I'm sorry.
Have a good Wednesday. Going into the birthday day.
Trying to fuck with me, don't want to rock with those other guys.
Messenger God, things like that. So, what does that mean? The signature and the energy of communication is important, right? Which we actually like to do these lives on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So, I'm glad everyone's here for it. Y'all rock out. Y'all stay strong. Stay prideful, chat. I know it's always been love from this side. See you guys soon.
Baby tryna get down, said she fly, but I'm not that guy. And we ride to plane 6th dimension, that's why we caught another flight. We put all this sauce in the game, I know it's hard for them to not fight it. And I told baby you gotta feel it through in order to get through, don't fight it. If you was aware, would've found your purpose, let go in diamonds. Talking crazy around me, mad at me.